Good morning, students. Our topic is partial fractions. We are going to resolve rational expression into partial fractions. Okay, the rational expression can be decomposed as the sum of some expressions. Such decomposition are called partial fractions. This partial fractions is very helpful in doing integral calculus in 12th standard. Okay, see, we are going to see resolve into partial fractions under three types. The first type is linear factors, all are distinct. Okay, so linear factors. So linear factors means the degree of the expression in terms of x is 1. That is x power 1. That is called the linear factors. For example, we can say x plus 5, x plus 2, x plus 1, 3x plus 1. These are called linear factors. So, the degree of x is 1 means they are linear factors. That linear factors all are distinct. That means they are not repeated. They are all different, distinct. Okay, under this type, in exercise 2.9, you are having first and the second problem and example 2.25. Okay, exercise 2.9, the question is resolve the following rational expressions into partial fractions. Okay, they have given the name. They have to change into partial fraction. You consider the first problem. The first step of partial fraction is you have to check the degree of the numerator and the denominator. Okay, the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. That means the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. That is, the degree are in proper fraction. So we can go to the partial fraction. Okay, it's the first step. You have to check the degree of the numerator and the degree of the denominator. Numerator degree is less than the denominator degree. We can go to partial fraction. Okay, so see that. Now, what is the numerator degree? Degree is nothing but the highest power of the variable. Here, no variable is involved. Here it is a constant. So, whose power is 0. So, the degree of the numerator is 0. Come to the denominator. So, what is the degree? It is 2. Okay. So, the expression whose degree is 2 is called a quadratic expression. So, here you are having the quadratic expression. Okay. So, what's the first step I have said? You have to check the degree of the numerator and the degree of the denominator. You see that what is the degree of the numerator? Here it is 0. What is the degree of the denominator? It is 2. So numerator degree is less than the denominator degree. So we can go to the partial fraction. Okay. So here what type I have said? Linear factors all are distinct I have said. But here you look at the denominator, so it is not a linear factor, it is a quadratic factor. So quadratic factor comes, what you have to do? You have to factorize the quadratic factor. So it is in the form of a squared minus b squared, isn't it? So you can write this as a plus b into a minus b. So I have written x plus a into x minus a. When the quadratic factor is factorized, it will be into a linear factors. So x plus a and x minus a are linear factors. Each of them is different. X plus a is different from x minus a. So it will come under the type linear factors all are distinct. Okay, so after getting this, now only we are going to do the partial fraction. See, if the linear factor comes, for the first linear factor, you have to write the constant in the numerator. So, for this, I have written a by x plus a. Come to the second one also linear factor. So for this linear factor, you have to write the another constant to the numerator. So plus b by x minus a. Okay, so next step, what you have to do, you can take this or this. So I have taken this step. So 1 by x plus a into x minus a, which is equal to, okay, so from this you have to take LCM. So what will be the LCM? X plus a into x minus a. So here you are having, that is the same term, you have to write it here. So the LCM is x plus a into x minus a. Okay, so how to take LCM? Here you are having x plus a. So which term is missing? X minus a. So the a has to be multiplied with x minus a. In the same way, plus b into x plus a. Okay, the denominator getting cancel. So the numerator, here you are having left side as 1, which is equal to a into x minus a plus b into x plus a. This is the important step. So you have to call this as 1. Now you have to find the value of a and b. Okay, so what you have to do now, you see here what is involved? Linear factor. What linear factor? Here you are having x minus a. If you substitute x as a, this term will getting cancelled. So you can find the value of b. So here suppose if you substitute x is equal to minus a, means this term will become 0. You can get the value of a. So here in this step you have to find the value of a and b. For that, you see the linear factor, what is here? X minus a. So you have to make this as 0 first. So if you make this as 0, so you have to substitute in the place of x as a. To make this linear factor 0, you have to substitute in the place of x as minus a. Okay, so first put x is equal to a in 1. You see the left side, no x is present. So here is a constant. So you have to write the constant as it is, which is equal to, you see now, x a, when you substitute here, a minus a, what will come? It is 0. 0 into a is 0. So I didn't write that term. So it is 0. So I didn't write. Plus b into, in the place of x, what you have to substitute? A. So what is a plus a? That is 2a. From that, you can find the value of b. So b into 2a. So they are in multiplication. So when you take it to the next side, it will come as a division. So b is equal to 1 by 2a. Okay. Next, what you have to do? We have found the value of b. So next we have to find it, the value of a. For that, so a is needed. So you have to make this element as 0. For that, you have to substitute x is equal to minus a. X is equal to minus a. So here there is no x. So you have to write the constant as it is. You see that? I have written the constant as it is. You see now what you are going to substitute? X is equal to minus a. So when you substitute minus a here, minus a, minus a. So a into minus a plus b into, when you substitute minus a, what has to come? Here this term will become 0. So the step is a into minus a minus a. So that is minus a, when you add, it is minus 2a into capital A. Now you have to find the value of a. So minus 2a and a, they are in multiplication. So when you take it to the next side, it is come under the division. So I have written this as minus 1 by 2a. Okay. So a and b values we have found. So what you have to do? This is your question. It is decomposed as the sum of this expression. So here a and value you have found. So you have to substitute it. So what is a? A is equal to, we have found minus 1 by 2a. So in the place of a, we have substituted minus 1 by 2a. Already in the denominator what we are having? X plus a. So the answer is minus 1 by 2a into x plus a. So what's the next step? Plus b. What is your b? So b we have found as 1 by 2a. So when you substitute here, see that 1 by 2a divided by x minus a. So 1 by 2a into x minus a. So we have the rational expression can be solved into partial fraction. Okay. See the second one, second problem. 3x plus 1 divided by x minus 2 into x plus 1. Okay. What's the first step in the partial fraction? So what you have to do? You have to check the degree of the numerator. So what is the degree? So it is 1. The power of x is 1. Okay, come to the denominator. So x minus 2 into x plus 1, when you multiply, the highest power of x is 2. Okay, so numerator degree is 1 and the denominator degree is 2. So it is 1 by 2. They are in the proper fraction. So we can go to the partial fraction. Okay, so partial fraction, you have to look at the denominator. Okay, so denominator, you see that x minus 2 into x plus 1. So how they are? They are linear factors. So linear factors both are different. Okay, so they are not repeated, they both are different. So for that what I have said, for the first linear factor, you have to write the constant in the numerator. So a by x minus 2. For the second linear factor, plus b by x plus 1. So we resolved into partial fraction. So you have to find the value of a and b. For that you have to take LCM. So the left hand side term I have written as it is, and what here you are having, that will be the LCM. So here I have taken x minus 2 into x plus 1. Okay, so here this is the LCM. So a has to be multiplied with x plus 1 plus b into x minus 2. So the denominators are same, so we can cancel it. So we'll equate the numerator. So this step is very, very important. Okay, so see now we are going to find the value of a and b. So look at the linear factor is here, x plus 1. Another one, x minus 2. So x plus 1 if you are having, if you substitute x is equal to minus 1, here plus 1 is there. So when you substitute the opposite of it, that term will become 0. So we can substitute x is equal to minus 1. And look at this linear factor, x minus 2. So here x minus 2. So just opposite, you have to substitute for x, that is 2. When you substitute, this will become 0. From that you can find the value of a and b. Okay, so what's the first step? X is equal to minus 1. See the left side, here you are having x term. So in the place of x, you have to substitute minus 1. So minus 3 plus 1 is equal to, come to here. So what will happen? So when you substitute x is equal to minus 1, this term will become 0. So here, what is minus 1 minus 2? That is minus 3 into b. Okay, here minus 3 plus 1, when you simplify, it is minus 2. Okay, what you have to do, you have to find the value of b. And look at your b and minus 3, how they are in the product. So when you take it to the next side, it will come as a division, that is in the denominator. Already this 2 minus 2 and minus 3 minus getting cancelled. So b is equal to 2 by 3. So what's the next step? Look at this linear factor. What do you have to substitute for x? X is equal to 2. So when you substitute x is equal to 2, in the left side also you have to substitute. So 3 into 2 is what? 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay. But 7 is equal to, here when you substitute x is equal to 2, 2 plus 1, 3. 3a. This term will become 0. See the substitution. X is equal to 2 in 1. You will get 3 into 2, 7, 3 into 2, 6, 6 plus 1 is 7 is equal to a into 3. So a and 3 are in product. So when you take it to the next side, the 3 is in the denominator. So what's the value of A? A is equal to 7 by 3. So you have found A and B. What you have to do? Go to the first step. The first step only we decomposed into sum of two expressions. So therefore in the place of A, what will you substitute? It is 7 by 3, isn't it? So A 7 by 3. So 7 by 3 into 7 by 3 into x minus 2 plus what is your B? B is equal to 2 by 3. 2 by 3 into x plus 1. So see the answer, final answer. See this. So we have completed the first type. Next we are moving to the second type. So see that linear factors, some of them are repeated. That means what? We have seen in the first type linear factors only. So the linear factors, none of them is repeated. Okay, here some of them is repeated. Okay, so exercise 2.9, 4 and 9th problem and example 2.27 are coming under this type. Okay, so I'll take the fourth problem, x divided by x minus 1 the whole cube. So what will be the first step for you girls? So you have to check the degree of the numerator and the denominator. If they are in the proper fraction, then we can go to partial fraction. Okay, what is the degree of the numerator? Here you are having x, so the power is 1. Okay, come to the denominator, x minus 1 the whole cube. So when you expand, the highest power of x is 3. So numerator degree is 1 and the denominator degree is 3. So they are in the proper fraction. So numerator degree is less than the degree of the denominator. So they are in the proper fraction. So we can go to the partial fraction. Okay. Partial fraction, when you go, you have to look at only the denominator. Here you are having x minus 1 the whole cube. That how you can write x minus 1, x minus 1, x minus 1. The same linear factor is repeated thrice. So that's why we have written some of them is repeated. Okay, so here repetition is there. Only one linear factor, that is x minus 1, but the whole cube means it is repeated thrice. So you see that how we have to write. So a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 the whole squared plus c by x minus 1 the whole cube. So the power has to be increased. Okay, so a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 1 the whole squared plus c by x minus 1 the whole cube. So we solved into partial fraction. Now we have to find the value of a, b, c. 3 values you have to find out. For that you have to take LCM. So the left side you have written the question as it is. Okay, so here what will be the LCM? I have said what is written in the left side, that will be the LCM. You know very well, for these factors the LCM is x minus 1 the whole cube. Okay, so come to here. This will be the LCM. Here you are having x minus 1 alone. So a has to be multiplied with x minus 1 the whole square. Come to here. In the denominator here you are having x minus 1 the whole square. But the LCM is x minus 1 the whole cube. So b has to be multiplied with the linear factor x minus 1. Here the same LCM is present. So you have to write the c alone. Okay. Next what you have to do, the denominator getting cancelled. So here the numerator you have to equate, that is the important step. Okay. So what I have said, we are going to find the value of a, b, c. For that you have to see the linear factor involved in this. What is the linear factor involved? X minus 1. So here x minus 1 if you are having, to make that linear factor 0, the x minus 1 0 ஆக்குறதுக்கு x என்ற இடத்துல what value you have to substitute? X as 1. So first step, put x is equal to 1 in 1. So first this term. Okay, so in the place of x what you are having? 1. Okay, so the same linear factor is present. So when x is equal to 1, it will become 0. a x minus 1 the whole squared will become 0. So a is 0. And come to here, when you substitute x equal to 1, this also 0. So we can get the value of c. So c is equal to 1. Okay, so there is no other linear factor except x minus 1. X minus 1 tavara where and the linear factor illa. But we have to find the value of a and b. For that, what you are going to do? Put the simple value x is equal to 0. If you substitute x equal to 0, you will get the constant on both the sides. So the left side x as 0. So you have substituted in the place of x as 0. Here when you substitute x 0, 0 minus 1, what is it? Minus 1. So minus 1 the whole square into a plus b into, so 0 minus 1 is minus 1 plus c. So minus 1 the whole square is 1. So it is a. B into minus 1 is minus b plus c. But here you see we have found only c value. But here two terms are there. So you just kept the equation as it is. So next what you are going to do? Equating the coefficient of x squared in 1. Both the sides we have to equate the coefficient of x squared. Because the power of x, the highest power of x is 2. So when you equate the coefficient of x squared, you will get some value. So here you see the left side. Here you are having only x. So which one has to be equated? X squared. There is no x squared on the left side. So whose coefficient is 0. Okay. And come to here. When you expand this, it is in the form of a minus b the whole square. So you will have x squared minus 2x plus 1. So you will have 1x squared term, 1x term and the constant term. Now we want x squared. So x squared into a. So ax squared will come. Okay, all those things you have to do it as a rough column. A into x squared. So what is the coefficient of x squared? It is a. And come to the second term, there is no x squared term. So we can leave it. Okay. And here also the only constant. So you can leave the x squared term. You can leave c. So what you are getting finally? 0 is equal to a. Okay. So we know the value of a and c. So when you substitute here, so it is 0 minus b plus 1 is equal to 0. So what is it? Next one. It is minus b. Minus b is equal to minus 1. So b is equal to 1. So we have found all the values of a, b, c. You have to substitute in the first step of the problem. Okay. So in the place of a, what you have to substitute? 0. So the whole term will become 0. You see to that. The whole term will become 0. And next what is here? B. What is the value of b? B we have found as 1. So how it will be? 1 by x minus 1 the whole square. What is the value of c? C is also 1. So 1 by x minus 1 the whole cube. So the final answer is 1 by x minus 1 the whole square plus 1 by x minus 1 the whole cube. So we have resolved into partial fraction. Come to the 9th problem. The same way you have to do. What is the first step in the partial fraction? You have to check the degree. What is the numerator degree? Is 1. Come to the denominator degree. Here it is x plus 1 the whole square. So here you are having x squared. So into x minus 2. So when you multiply, the denominator degree is 3. Isn't it? So they are in the proper fraction. So we can go to the partial fraction. Okay. Partial fraction, when you go, you have to see the denominator. You look at the denominator. Okay. What is x plus 1? X plus 1 is a linear factor, but it is repeated twice because it is x plus 1 the whole square. Okay. So if the linear factor, if you have the repetition, how will you write? So it will be a by x plus 1 plus b by x plus 1 the whole square. For this linear factor which is repeated twice, so I have written in this term. Okay, and one more linear factor also there, that is x minus 2. So it is not repeated. So for that you have to write another constant by that linear factor, c by x minus 2. Okay, so what's the next step? You have to take LCM. So the left side you have to write the question as it is. Now you have to take LCM. What will be the LCM? Whatever is present in the left side, definitely that will be the LCM. So it is x plus 1 the whole squared into x minus 2. Okay, look at this. Here you are having only x plus 1. So a has to be multiplied with 1x plus 1 into x minus 2. Okay, here in this term x plus 1 the whole squared is there. So this term is there. So you have to multiply b with x minus 2. And here what you are having? Only x minus 2. So the c has to be multiplied with x plus 1 the whole squared. Okay, so see now. So the denominator getting cancelled, so the numerator is equated and you have to mark this as 1. Now what you have to do, you are going to find the value of a, b, c. For that what I have said first, you have to look at the linear factor. What is the linear factor involved? X plus 1. So how to make this as 0? If you substitute x equal to minus 1, this term will become 0. So another linear factor also there. What is it? X minus 2. So here when you substitute x equal to 2, it will become 0. So to consider the linear factor, to make that as 0, you have to substitute some values for x. Okay, so here first I have substituted x is equal to minus 1. So when you substitute minus 1 here, minus 1 plus 12, it is 11. Okay, and come to the right side, minus 1, if you substitute here, what will come? This term will become 0. A into 0 into x minus 2, everything will become 0. So the whole term will become 0. And come to here, what value you are substituting for x? It is minus 1. So minus 1 minus 2 is what? So it is minus 3 into b. Come to this term, x as minus 1. So minus 1, if you substitute, this term will become 0. So the b value is 11 is equal to b into minus 3. Okay, b and minus 3, how they are? They are in the product. They are not in the subtraction, they are in the product. So b value is nothing but minus 11 by 3. So product. So when you go to the next step, next side, it will come in the denominator. Okay, see the next one. What you have to do? What does the another linear factor? X minus 2. So you have to substitute x is equal to 2. See now, in the left side, x is 2 means 2 plus 12. So see in the next page, what here you are having? 2 plus 12, isn't it? Okay, come to the right side. First, x2, when you substitute 2 minus 2, what will come? 0. So 0 into anything, 0. So the whole term will become 0. Okay, come to here, when you substitute 2 minus 2, 0. So b also 0. So a and b, those terms getting 0. Come to the last term, what is it? Here, when you substitute 2 plus 1, what is it? 3. 3 squared is 9. So 9c you will have. So therefore, here 2 plus 12 is equal to c into 2 plus 1 the whole square. So 14 is equal to c into 9. C and 9, they are in the product. So when you take it to the next side, it will come in the denominator as division. So 14 by 9 is equal to c. So what are the constant you have found? So you have found b value here and c value, which is left out, a. So for that what I have said, you have to equating the coefficient of x squared. Otherwise put x is equal to 0. If you substitute x equal to 0, you will get a, b and c, all the terms will come. Okay, if you equate the coefficient of x squared, so only you may get either any one constant or two constants will be there. We can easily solve. So equating the coefficient of x squared, you see that one in the left side. You look at the left side here, what you are having? X plus 2. There is no x squared. So the left side, the coefficient of x squared is 0. Come to the right side. Here, on seeing this, there is no x squared term. But when you multiply x into x, what has to come? X squared. So into a, the coefficient of x squared is nothing but a for this term. And come here. So there is no x squared term. Okay. So but here, so when you expand this, it is in the form of a plus b the whole square. So the first term is x squared. So c into x squared. So that will become c. So the left side is 0 and here you are having a, here you are having c. So therefore 0 is equal to a plus c. So see, we have found, what is it? 14 by 9. You look at your a and 14 by 9, in between what you are having? Plus. So when you take it to the next side, it will come as minus. So 0 minus 14 by 9. So the answer is minus 14 by 9. So a we have found, already b and c has found. So we have to substitute in the first step of your problem. What is the first step? You see that this is your first step. So what is a? A we have found as minus 14 by 9. So I have substituted. Next one, what is your b? B is nothing but minus 11 by 3. So when you substitute minus 11 by 3 into x plus 1 the whole square. What is c? It is 14 by 9. So you have to substitute in the place of c as 14 by 9 into x minus 2. Okay, in this way you have to do the problems in the partial fraction. So here in this video we have discussed only the two types. So the remaining types we'll see in the next class. Thank you, students.